What's up? Welcome to another episode of Detect Nerds Auroboros, Coils of the Serpent. Here I am with these players, and we did a game last episode, and if you didn't see it, you should go back and watch it, because I'm not doing a recap. So let's get into it, shall we? Cool. Rabble.
What?
First, there's darkness. And then you start to see your surroundings begin to fade in. Black, shadowy smoke wisps away as you start to look around and take in your environment. You find yourself in a smooth and rounded out tunnel made of stone. It's dark, but that actually doesn't seem to matter for you right now. It's cold. It smells bad, kind of like rot and wet earth. I mean, honestly, for you...
Even to Rabble it smells bad?
I'd say so.
Okay, all right.
You're moving through the tunnel, making no noise, when you start to feel a wetness at your feet. And then you're like, oh, why am I'm barefoot. And as you're looking down, you see a thick, wet substance starting to come up from the ground. That's where it seems like it's coming from. And it starts to move and grow in size, like it's just the amount is growing through the tunnels and up the walls and gliding forward. And as you watch it, it turns a corner. You follow. As you turn this corner, gas lights lining this tunnel flicker on with each step that you take, and now you can see what this substance is as this tunnel starts to illuminate. It's blood. And it's seeping from the cracks in the stone tunnel's ceiling and coming from the seams where the ground meets the wall. And then time skips, and you're now approaching a door as it's slowly opening. And you arrive in a round room filled with lit sconces of colored fire, like blue flame, almost black flame, like flickers in this room. And somehow it's still casting a light on the scene in the center of this room, which are 6 cloaked humanoid figures. And each one is facing you. And then time skips again. And you are being reached at by these cloaked figures, like furiously, just down the line being reached at. And some do it with like so much aggression that their hoods fall back, and you see these blank, featureless faces. But you can still sense their expression of anger and need as they're just reaching for you, and you're just tumbling down this line, and beginning from the very tops of their heads, this thick black blood starts to trickle down their faces, and they're reaching for you, and you're pushing them off, and the blood begins to almost evaporate as it starts to touch you, and it turns to smoke. Hits your skin, turns to smoke, and all of a sudden, one of the cloaked beings has your arm, and suddenly it can't grab your arm anymore. And you slowly become shrouded in smoke and shadow. Within this haze, you kind of just stand there as their fingertips are just moving through your figure as you're pulling away, and they reach as you pull back. And this room becomes smaller with this scene of these just hooded, blood-soaked entities like reaching for you, but they can't seem to move. They don't even take a step. They're just reaching for you, and it gets smaller and smaller, and the sconces go out in a puff. You're pulled back through the door shuts, and you're back in this tunnel. And as you look around, the shadows that are swarming you still, like just almost like a cloud, you see dim green scales shimmering and swirling within them. And then you wake up. That was a dream that you just had. And as you wake up, you're in this dark quarry. And you notice that, oh, it's a little easier to see now in this dark quarry. So let's move on. Gary. You hear the words, "You are safe." And your eyes open with a start. You're floating in the middle of a large body of water. And you look around and you see in the distance a large ship coming towards you as you're wading in this water, this open water that you're not really sure where this is. As the ship comes closer, you notice it's a familiar pirate ship. It's the Wave Rider, correct? It approaches you and you all of a sudden think in your mind, oh, maybe they're here to pick me up. I fell out or something. Like you're here in the water and not on deck. As it moves closer, you see two familiar figures at the side of the boat clapping and celebrating. You know, they found you. And the ship is close now and you can see who these two people are. It's Tench and Grint. And they're kind of readying a rope to help you, and then you hear the clanking of steps behind them, like on the deck, like wood, like metal armor hitting wooden deck. Steps are being taken, and you see a hulking figure appears behind them, and Lady Malagant grows like 2 sizes way too big. Bigger than you've ever seen her. And she towers over them in between their two heads and puts her hands on their shoulders. And she kind of smiles a little bit. It's not a nice smile, a little wicked. And she does this as she sees you. And then the water around you begins to swirl, creating a whirlpool. And it's going faster and faster, and you have no way controlling your body right now. And you begin to spin around and around, and it starts to become this like pressure pulling you into the water. You become sucked down into the water, which isn't too concerning because you can breathe underwater. However, the severe, rapid descent into the water wasn't pleasant. And you just continued to get pulled down through the water. Passing aquatic life, and you kind of try to reach for anything, some sort of coral, something to like slow you down a little bit, and it just seems like you're always just a little too late. And you're kind of looking down frantically, where are you headed then, I guess? And you see a fissure in the ocean floor, and you fall into it. You get sucked into it, and suddenly there's no water, and you fall onto this grimy, slimy, squishy, organic material of the ground. You're not sure, it's like cave-like. And some fish fall on your back coming from the fissure, and they like bounce off, and they're like kind of sputtering on the ground. And kind of the sound is echoing. And as you get to your feet, you realize you are face to face. You landed on your own enemy. Charybdis reaches into your mind and says, "Ah, there you are." But then suddenly, the fissure above you starts to explode with seawater, and it just starts to flood in, filling in the room quickly. And you hear this thing that's more powerful than anything you could imagine start to frantically say, no, what are you doing? Stop that. No, I've found you, Biss. I've found you. And as this water starts to drown this creature, you just hear this gurgling sound, and something in your mind says, I will find you again. and you feel like you have control over yourself once more, and you feel the strength within the sea, and your tentacles start to grow long, and they whip through the water, propelling yourself backwards, and crabs and other crustaceans start to crawl up and bite this creature's flesh as you float up, just seeing that creature fade into the darkness. And then you awaken. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody's caught on yet, but we're doing leveling up. So that's what's happening. You guys get to witness this.
Yeah.
So let's deal with, you can say whatever you want right now.
Oh, I don't think there's anything I want to.
Or do anything. Otherwise I was going to move on.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So I will say, Sierra, you wake up, and you're feeling spry. Like, this is like the best you've felt in a little bit. You're old, but like, you're feeling good today. And I feel like you're feeling your muscles more. This is why you came out, this is like your last leg, like before you come to your inevitable end, but you know what I mean? You're feeling good and spry. All that being said, I would love a Constitution saving throw, please.
That is an 18.
Cool. Noted.
Is that for Seer to not have a heart attack?
My heart is healthy.
So you're feeling bouncy today. That's how you're feeling.
Cool.
So Merritt, you wake up normally as well. I feel like you're all in the same area. Probably. So yeah, what are you doing? What do you do in the morning usually?
So usually in the morning I go and I take care of my sand strider.
Oh yeah, sure.
And I spend a lot of time, mucking out the stables, that sort of stuff. But I've got all these people that like I feel a little bit responsible for because we can't have them just like running around and like getting underfoot. And so
just like people peeing in the pool,
right?
Like,
so I
with spring water.
Why do people look at me? Jesus.
Oh, I was just.
I
don't
was
know.
looking
Was someone
at
looking?
you.
Oh,
I was looking at you because Anna looked at you, and then,
well, maybe
and then I was
you
like,
do the thing where you're
Jerry
in
peed
the
pool.
water and you do a little.
So I'm gonna get a thing of water. My mom made breakfast for everyone, so I bring
Nice.
just like these giant rolls and
Heck yeah.
eggs that you don't know what kind of animal could have created them. And I bring them, and I say she scrambled them because she thought that the yolk might hurt you guys if you broke it.
Yeah, what kind of eggs are these? I guess
I mean, there's some
giant bird out there.
probably like a lizard in the earth.
Sure, yeah.
With really soft, gooey shells. Don't look too deep into it. It tastes great. It tastes great.
Gary's so hungry it doesn't matter what it is.
Cool. Yeah. What is Yip?
Yep.
Yeah. What's Yip doing?
Yip's waking up from, near the group, but in a hidden spot.
Yeah.
And, well, I'm laying there like, Yip, 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 yeah. Get back in the ring. Get back in the ring. And I wake up, and I smell these eggs, obviously,
Yes, you
immediately,
do.
and I just get up and throw my boots on and start running.
Cool. All right. So you're all here. I think Sala and Duncan, like everybody, comes out to enjoy some food.
I think Rabble is gonna go up to Yip and say, "So Yip, is there a?" I think I should. You know what? Never mind. Fuck it. It's been a strange morning. I'll do whatever powder substance.
Is this a wake-up powder?
Yes, this is the wake-up routine powder.
Okay,
It
sure.
depends on the time of day.
Like a
Rabble-
protein powder?
Afterwards, your face
Rabble
feels
sprinkles
fresh.
a little bit.
Yes, yes.
He doesn't know. He sprinkles a little bit in his eyes.
That's right, and that's exactly.
Good instincts.
boy.
So, the stuff I had yesterday, is there any sort of strange after effects that you've ever encountered? Like, So when I woke up this morning, like I could like
Your penis fell off, Bob.
Well, no, that happened whenever I was
I'm
very
just
young.
fucking with you.
Is that happens? That's part of Jukin puberty.
Penis falls off.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
it's like a baby.
This is new to me. This
It's
is
like
fine.
no, it's like a baby.
I'm
teeth
just learning
thing.
this
It
now.
grows
so-
back bigger.
It's it's like a baby teeth thing. Falls off. and
Oh
you
my
get
God.
Your adult Jukin penis.
I don't like this little.
Oh, you grow an adult one?
Yeah, it's baby teeth.
Right.
So it's like a milk
I'm
penis.
so mad at you for putting that in my head.
Bigger and more useful.
I hate that I know this.
We need to put so many warnings on this episode.
What are we calling it? Most important.
Yeah, exactly.
Rabble rousers.
I was just say, so I woke up this morning. I could see in the dark, and then like I can also do this, and he'll like there's like a little like candle on like the table, and he just sort of like snaps his finger and it snuffs out. Couldn't do that last night. I didn't know if perhaps that that was something that was a side effect or maybe like a possibility of something that
So
you get.
Yip, this is
not
a question
mad
for
about it, I'm
you.
just
This is a
curious.
question for you. How much magic do you think you've seen? I think
So-
he might be around mag.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've
So
been
you've-
talking telepathically our whole
That's
life,
true. That's true.
so-
Okay.
Right.
So this isn't like.
This isn't like,
Yeah.
it's not freaking him out. But I'm
and I've got prestidigitation, so I imagine that I've been doing like little
Right.
things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I call them my knacks.
I just go, did you see him too? And I'm like, I'm messing with you.
I mean, I did see people. Are you talking about the faces, the featureless people with the blood?
Oh man, I'm just messing with you. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No.
That sounds crazy, though.
Yeah, yes.
Are you saying this to everybody or just Yip?
Just Yip.
Yeah.
Okay.
And honestly, I think today Rabble is looking like pale and gaunt and sickly, and like his like already kind of animalistic sort of feral features are looking a little more like I already say his sort of bat-like ears and a little kind of bat-like nose, and it's looking a little more prevalent today.
Oh, yeah, also, when he walked up to me to talk, I gave him my card again. Because I already forgot that I talked to him yesterday.
Well, I threw it to Sarah.
True.
Oh, so now you have one.
Thank you. No, we met yesterday.
Ah,
Yes.
you ragu.
Yes. Skip.
Cool.
So okay, no, I just wanted to, just covering all my bases and all that, gonna have to figure this one out as we go, I guess.
Eat your eggs.
All right. You just face first and Smegs.
Bow, ba, da, bow, bow, bow.
I'm
It's a good
gonna-
story.
As we're eating breakfast, I'm pretty quiet, look pretty well rested, but I'm just gonna turn to Gary and kind of mumble because I'm not fully awake yet. When you're behind an elephant, the scenery, it never changes. And then I'm gonna go back to eating eggs. So that's it.
These small people say weird stuff.
And I will say,
Yeah.
are you- I will say that as you're all eating breakfast, I feel like I don't know if Merritt chimes in at all with like conversation, but I feel like the first time you open your mouth and speak today, you accidentally did it with your brain instead of actually speaking it with your mouth, and that's something new that you're like, oh, okay,
No, I was gonna.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merritt, how are your eggs?
And I'm just putting these eggs down because this is the only time I'm going to eat today.
I mean, Gladys famous eggs will fill you up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of egg. There's a lot of egg here.
Like an unnorm.
Yeah, enormous yolk. Then the whites.
Like
yeah.
I brought something that's like this. That's just egg.
Well, not to push us forward too fast, boys, but and Maggie, but I feel like we had discussed hitting up the Devil's Backbone.
Yeah. So word around town is that there was a little bit of some wibbliness going on last night, some tremors. but I can certainly at least take you to the beginning. I just don't know how I'm going to feel at that point.
Are there any of you that have kind of traversed those areas? I mean, I know that, you try and keep kids out of there, but have any
I mean,
of the elders
the
been through
kids
there?
always
Wait, Merrick,
do
why
a
didn't your
thing
mouth move?
where a couple times a
Stop.
year some kid will get lost in the wilds, and then people will have to go and try and get them, because the devil's backbone, like it's one of those things that certainly the rumor is the deeper that you go in, the scarier it is, and that there was a giant serpent that went through this area and created this big, very unnatural cavern system that feels different than the rest of the caverns. And it's just, the deeper you go, the scarier it is. And I've heard that, like the search parties come back and sometimes they got the kid and sometimes they don't, But I don't think that they go very deep.
I didn't know if any of those areas had been mapped or anything like that.
Oh, no. I can take you down all the mines to it, like I'm pretty good on my feet there.
Yeah, I think you would know. Generally, you're all pretty good at like directionally dealing.
Trying to think if Yip knows about the tunnels.
Yeah, you heard the same thing as Magnalinda.
Yeah.
I mean, you were part of the
Magnolda.
group that dared me to go to the edge
Yes.
of it.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. So you would know, but it's a similar feelings as Magnilda, where like we don't know. It's probably spooky, but also is it just old wives' tales, stuff like that. So.
And like in the dark forest, there are dangerous things,
exactly.
right? Like we know that there are bears in the forest, so
Right.
there are scary things in that area.
Yeah.
They're just underground things. So I can take y'all to the Bronze Hollow where the plant life has been springing up, or we could go a slightly different route to get to the Devil's Backbone.
I don't want to face those plants again.
No, once was enough.
That was terrible. So, Devil's Backbone is my vote.
I mean,
The plants, well, as I believe she told you that the best way to Devil's Backbone
is through the plants.
is the Bronze
The
Hollow.
Bronze Hollow.
Okay,
so we
got
go
you.
through.
So both.
But
Okay.
like,
there's-
certainly if
and
we've got several days ahead of us, we could go the other way.
Right.
I am
If you
reluctant to go because it doesn't seem like it's going to benefit me in any way. But since Mags is going, I
Also,
feel
your
like
talent is going.
Yeah, if you come with us, you can be our manager or whatever.
And you-
enough said, baby.
And
That's an oral
I say in my head, I can't stand this guy, and you hear me say that.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
And then I'm like, I go red in the face.
We heard
Oh,
you
I
in our
gotta
brains
filter
this
that.
morning.
Just
That's
realized.
another conversation I do want to have.
What's that?
How much in our brains are you?
Is it all of us or just one person at a time?
And
I
are you
don't
reading
know.
things? Do you
I-
know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking at you.
I honestly am not sure yet. This is
Why are you looking at me?
new to me.
What's new to you?
I'm not hearing anything from you guys.
What number am I thinking of?
I mentally, so I.
Yeah, we all start thinking at you really hard.
Right.
You're all just.
And I say in
What-
my head,
what's
I
going
say
on
I'm not
here?
getting much, and you hear that.
Okay.
What's going on here with you all?
Everybody gets quiet.
I mean, listen, if you haven't figured out that we're kind of weirdos from the start, like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm literally a half giant, right? Like I'm one of those between two worlds things. But like
Sure.
this is unusual.
Could I ride your lizard also?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I just wanna, at some point.
We gotta use something to pull down
Its
the cart.
feet are like this. They're like this. You know those like.
you're chameleon
Iguana.
feet.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Like,
chameleon,
yeah.
Mine too.
Twins!
So cute.
It's not the same kind of sentience, though I do think he has a soul.
He
He definitely has like a very deep
look,
eyes.
communication does not equate whether you have a soul or not. Like, you don't have to have language to have a soul. These-
Also,
what a
I think he
beautiful
loves
creature.
music.
Aww.
I sing to him.
It's pretty cute.
Oh, I might-
Old Dusty.
Depending on how long this trip is, I have a root horn I've been meaning to bring out.
Ooh!
What?
I have a ukulele, but it's just a guitar.
Nice. Okay, so you guys want to do what?
Head out, right?
I mean,
Bronze Hollow?
We can
I
also
guess-
check
we
in
don't-
on this.
We don't really have multiple days, so I don't
Yeah.
think we can take the long route.
no, we should make it a short route.
That's
Sure.
nice thinking.
Right there.
I think it'll
Yeah.
help us.
I can just
And to
attach
remind
the cart
you,
to.
today
It's the
is
festival.
Ascension
Like
Day,
Yeah.
I think there's.
How long
the
would
last
this-
day of the
How
festival.
long would it take us to go down there and get back?
Oh, not long through the Bronze Hollow.
Like how long?
Probably an hour.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, like that's the most
Hour
direct
or
route.
two. That's the most direct route. Hour
And
or two.
there's a cart track that goes straight to it.
Yeah.
Great, great.
Well,
It gets a little mucked up with the plants.
Sure.
Alright.
But like I'll hook Dusty
You
up to
would
a cart
know-
and we'll get straight
I
to
would
the
say
front.
that
of
you
the-
would know. It does. So it is a slope mine, and it is. You do take the cart down, but you would know that probably roughly, not 3/4, maybe like a fourth of it is plants as they're like, and they're getting thicker. But they do sprout out, scattered about, but then they get too thick for the
cart to go
the
through.
cart to go through.
So if we can figure a way through that, it fast.
Okay, very good.
They're just plants.
Yeah.
Is there something weird with these eggs? I'm just eating and eating and I'm not getting full.
I mean, it's weird that you're not getting full because they fill you up all day.
God, I'm just not getting full.
Glada is.
I don't know.
Also, was there
got me
coffee
from
with this
my-
breakfast?
We actually have a breakfast beer if you would like some breakfast beer.
And I've already got one.
Yeah, I suppose they're a little chewy, but yeah, I don't mind that. I like chewy. Chewy eggs.
Chewy eggs. We love chewy eggs here.
When she cracked them, nothing came out that was unusual. It looked like the
Smell.
normal
There's a
eggs.
smell.
There's a specific smell.
I
mean, they're soft
sure,
eggs.
but don't all eggs just have sulfur in
Most
them?
time you don't cut an eggshell with a knife.
I don't know what you're
Gross.
talking about, Yib. You've been around here for a long time. You know we cut eggshells with knives.
That's how it's always been.
Cool. So what do you want to do before you...
Well, I think that I'm going to get the people over to the beginning of the cart. I'm going to do what I need to do to
Sure.
get one for the day.
I get the farthest back.
Yeah, and I'd
of
say
the
that you... I don't know if you guys want to check in with, like, Sala and, like, everybody, or, like, the... there's also the option of checking on what's happening with the entrance. There's, like, always Olga to talk to. You know, there's other stuff, but yeah, if you're feeling...
No, I mean, I think we
Agra.
should probably
Agra.
tell...
Did I say Olga?
Would you think we should tell Sala and Duncan and Grunkir?
Perhaps at least let them know that we're going to be leaving for a bit.
Yeah.
I make my rounds of talking to my artists
Okay.
and everything, make sure they know where I'm going with these strangers.
Yeah. Because they will miss you. They'll, yeah.
What are you talking about? We're
Like,
your new
where's-
talent.
Where's Yip? Okay.
Well, that's not. I'm just trying to tell them. Like, I'm just showing these people where to go. You are the star, and you always will be the star.
Thank you. Thank you.
Give the same speech to every
Checks in
single
the
one.
mail, checks in the mail, checks in the mail.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You are my biggest star to every single one.
You know
You're my favorite. You're my favorite. You're my favorite.
You can have multiple favorites.
Cool.
Yeah, we can talk to Sala and just let him know.
We're not actually due anywhere, are we? We're just concerned for the city.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen today as far
Maybe
as the
nothing.
warning that was...
Maybe that was it, and it's all over.
I mean, I feel like there's, that common thread of vines, thorns, plants,
Well, and then the lightning from the storm from the sky, just like in the Omen, where they beheaded a guy and wrote in his blood
Right.
that was about to happen. I
Right.
don't think nothing is happening today.
Right.
You know,
I think
something
maybe
is happening today.
I think maybe if anything, this mine shaft full of plants, this overgrown shaft might give us a bit of insight into perhaps what's going on here.
The very large shaft is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying this overgrown shaft could guide us to where.
You guys are children.
What?
What? We're talking about what are we doing? Jesus.
All right.
We were just talking about fluffing earlier. It's like, this is too much, everybody.
No, we're talking about going to the overgrown shaft. To kind of.
It is the deepest. It goes the deepest.
Listen, we're gonna poke around. We're gonna poke around into this overground shaft, and see what comes out of it.
Oh wait, I get where you're going.
Oh no!
Damn it.
What have we become? You made me all lose my train of thought. Like, I was like on a mission, and now I'm like, I don't know anymore. Yeah, figure out what you want to do before you want to leave. Just, I don't know if you want to like prep for anything.
I'm gonna.
It's up to you guys.
That powder from yesterday.
Mhm.
Do you have any extra?
Always.
Alright, I'm gonna take some of that.
A surplus.
But I suggest today that you take it with this
No,
one.
I'm not taking it.
Oh.
I have some of this.
Don't give it to Dusty.
That's a bad time.
I've done it. I know.
I'm not giving it to Dusty.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit and concoct the little. I'm gonna take a bit of my
Oh, yeah,
woodsy
you have
bits
little-
and some of the powder and some of the sticky plant material from that plant we killed.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a potion.
And I'm watching this going, like, are you making enough for two?
Rounds on you.
Oh, how appropriate! Potion of giant strength.
Oh.
That's cool.
Oh. Thematic.
Of a hill giant.
What is
so.
that? I wonder what that does.
You're fucked at the next fight.
I can look it up.
Yeah, you're fucked at the next fight is exactly what it means.
That's cool.
It's not all about brawn, you know.
It's also about brain.
Giant
Shit.
strength. Cool. Anything else?
I think before we go, Gary notices he's been kind of involuntarily scratching at his chest for a while. He's going to like kind of go off in a corner and just look under his shirt and see. There's nothing there that's not supposed to be there, but it's just something weird about his chest.
Okay. And you wanted to talk to Salah? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be like a full conversation.
You're just like letting him know what's what we're doing.
Okay.
No. Salah, we're leaving.
All right, peace.
Yeah, I guess send word if anything comes up like crazy with people dying or more cataclysmic events or something.
Yeah,
you
for
know.
sure. I'll keep my eye out.
Just saying, like.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
we'll try and.
in this economy, definitely. I will. Yeah, and you see Duncan's fine. He's still sleeping and he'll eat soon. But yeah, okay.
I would like to. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would like to grab Grunkir and look
Yes?
him in the eye and say, "Tell Rungus."
Wow, he got really close to my face.
Tell Rungus
Uh-huh.
that Gary is leaving.
Okay. Do you want me to tell all of them or just
No,
just
not
specific
Rob S.
few?
Like, who's Gary?
Right. Where's you?
Not Rob S. But then otherwise, yes.
All right.
And let him know that not to leave without Gary.
Okay. And then, as you say that, since you're very close to his face, a piece of gum falls off of his beard from yesterday. Because I believe you gave him some gum
Yeah, you did.
for his
You
beard.
did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it's just like one little.
Gotta fill it out.
I'm
Pops off.
confused. Is there a leper? Or...
No, he just has really patchy facial hair.
okay.
Gary or Rabble had a gum beard a couple episodes ago.
A beard.
Which is beard
Literally-
made out of chewing gum.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
hair.
Real
Good
hair.
disguise.
Yeah.
It was a disguise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's the situation with
Yeah, and
the cave in?
I will say, as you're making your way out, you come back out into the main area of the quarry where the pond, the springs are and everything. And yeah, you notice that they're working. How to make sense to work? Top down. Yeah. So they're making their way. You see, they're just moving and putting them in carts, and it seems like they're making pretty good progress. But it's going to be a minute.
Phil's just directing the
Yeah,
whole
Phil's like, I can't
shebang.
believe it. I love it. There's a crack right here.
He's
How?
got like some big blueprints.
Yeah, just how? You know,
every
Tasmania's
problem just
here.
a new challenge.
Yeah. It's annoying how
He's great. He's a really wonderful father.
Let's figure this out. Everybody's like, come on, man. Cool.
My dioramas at school were always just
Right.
the tops. So I'm going to bring them over to a cart. I'm going to hook up Dusty to the front of it
Okay.
so that Dusty can pull it. And then I'm going to hop each of them into the cart.
Okay.
Except for you, I'll hop you onto Dusty.
Okay.
Okay, so Dusty will be in the cart too, or
He's pulling it.
pulling it? Okay. Okay. Cool. The cart railroad cart that goes to the mine.
Because it's a manual cart, so it's the one that goes down to the Bronze Hollow.
Okay. Cool.
So,
That's what I was
Yeah.
making sure that we were doing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are all in this cart, and you see that. What do you say to get Dusty a rolling? You do,
I go,
yeah. And he's like, ah.
and I pat him on the butt.
Cool.
I'm just so sweet to him.
Cool. Yeah, you start to make your way to this mine. I don't know how many of you have been underground that much, except for Rootin' Tootin' over here and Magnilda. I don't know. Not really. I feel like you took cover a lot.
Yeah,
in
but
deserts.
in like the mouths of caves, I
Right.
don't think I really explored.
You've been in some holes.
Rabble has been in some holes.
All right, okay.
All right.
I'll see you guys.
It's been real.
Oh boy.
Rabble, yeah, but I feel like Rabble's been more in like sewer systems.
Yeah.
He's been more of a like man.
No, it's like almost like that's better. I mean, like it's just a sewer system.
Well, no, it's more planned out. Like it's like it's more.
This has clearly been like following veins of things, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, like I feel like this is like weird underground like cave, you know. This is not the nice
There's
clean
not a structure to it.
Right.
It's just
Chud zones.
There's no
Right.
cobblestones.
yeah, or I don't know.
rivers of shit.
Right.
I mean, that is a plus.
Just rivers and shit.
We'll work on this rivers of shit smell once we get you some new wardrobe.
He smells like a literal river of shit.
It's true.
Get
Cool.
kind of nose blind to it afterwards.
Yeah, it kind of. I don't think you
I'll
guys
work it into your
really notice it
promo.
anymore.
I mean, it's
Alright.
vile.
Well, I mean,
I don't know how you
all
stand
Yip's
this.
capillaries are probably so burned out by this
The-
point, like you can't smell
The
anything.
alcohol bath kind of helped sanitize you guys.
Yeah, that's
It
fair.
ruined that whole batch.
That's fair.
That
No
counted
one
as-
drank out of that
That
one.
counted as my bath for the week.
Great. So, yeah, you are approaching this mine. So I'm thinking a mine.
Oh, I'm happy to tell you
Shaft.
all about the stone.
Yeah, I
as
was
we
gonna
go.
say and also like the mine shaft itself. God damn it, the size of it though for like giant. I know this is hard now. Oh my god, I can't stop.
The size of that shit.
That was the verbal version of someone like tripping, trying to catch
So
himself.
mad.
The height of the
Slipping.
cavern.
Everything happened that shouldn't have.
So tell us
So you
more
go in the
about this-
freaking mine tunnel, and you go, and now it's ruined. Now
Cavern.
everything's ruined.
Cavern.
Yeah. So
Just
it's
say-
a tunnel, and if you think about it, it's for giants, not for you all. It's big. You know, they have to move carts and equipment and stuff like that. And I will say, as you're getting towards the mine, you do see there's like a big like station for people to check in for their shifts and like stuff like that. Basically, there's just like little station where workers hang out and maybe have lunch or whatever. And I feel like you'd maybe see Ezra on there.
Yeah.
And he'd probably wave you on and he'd say, where are you? I forget his voice. It was Grizzly, right?
I think so.
Sure. He's like, where are you all headed?
We're heading down to the Bronze Hollow. We're going to go see what's going on there.
Really?
They might be able to help us.
She said we should be going to a place called the Devil's Backbone. We're going to go in there.
Oh.
They're going to go in there.
I was going to say, that's a little out of character for...
No, that's too daring for me.
I have
You
never...
know me, I'm an overlander.
Yeah.
Out of the south ain't going down that tunnel.
Yeah, oh, you're not going...
That's like as far down south as you can go.
All right. And you're all saying this as Ron looks on, and he says, yeah, I used to work in the Bronze Hollow. It's too bad the plants...
Yeah.
That's like
Apparently
on our
the
list.
plants are happening at town too.
In town, really?
Yeah, from the ground.
What are they? Plants. I'm not around plants a lot.
No, they're not down here often.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck, I guess. Does your mother know you're going? Should I keep
Do
tight
not
lips?
tell Mom I'm going.
Okay.
Probably don't tell Dad either because you know him.
Oh yeah, he'd probably go with you.
He'd
Yeah.
probably be super stoked about it.
He's really busy. He's really busy with the door.
Yes, and I'm about to go head over there myself. Well, as far as I know, traffic's pretty low today because we're all dealing with the people.
Yeah.
So-
Has anything unusual happened with
Just
the?
a couple tremors
Mhm.
at night, but no, I mean that's pretty normal now.
Yeah.
So be careful. I trust you, and well, I trust you, and
I'll keep a handle on
you
it.
know what
Boy.
to look for. So cool. So he'll just see you later.
Yeah.
And so you move forward into the mine. Yeah. So as you're moving forward, I mean, what pace do you think? I mean, it is a slope, so I'm wondering if at a certain point you wouldn't need Dusty. It might just move.
Yeah, at that point, we probably would put Dusty onto.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably like a thing on the front of the
I mean,
cart.
like, I guess when they're like the manual ones. Okay.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the sound effect. Do they like? I'm trying to. How am I trying to word this? Do they just like slide down if they're not being?
There's probably like something kind
That's
of
kind of
like
what I'm wondering.
that has a slowing.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know
little bit of a
anything about.
break.
Yeah, like
Yes.
brake type of situation.
Yeah,
That would just push out on the edge.
Okay, so you could still use Dusty if you wanted to have more control, I guess, over the cart. It's up to you.
I'll make sure that I'll.
Why don't you put Dusty behind the cart? We can just run along.
Yeah, Dusty
Either
can
way.
just come
Okay.
along.
So yeah, so
We'll
you
keep it about Dusty pace though.
You are on this mine. You're going down the rail. I mean, time passes. If anybody wants to, I don't know if you're trying to be stealthy. I don't know if you're looking for anything. If you're otherwise, you're just going down a
Yeah, well, we're looking out for any plants that might be, because we've had experience with them.
right.
So should we make a perception check?
Sure.
I'm looking out for the beginning of where I know that the plants. kind
Yes.
of start.
Yeah.
No.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
And how are you moving? Are you just moving regularly? I don't know, like stealthy. I don't know if you're trying to do any of this yet.
I don't think stealth wise.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
we're necessarily trying to hide from
Not with our
anything at the
squeaky
moment.
mine cart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're just going down the... Yeah, it is kind of... I guess it would be squeaky. I don't know. They probably keep it well...
Pretty well oiled.
Well oiled.
But nonetheless, it's
No,
metal on
it's-
metal,
it's
right?
already
Like,
canonically squeaking.
I know, it already is happening. Okay, so you make your way down. Let's do one more perception check.
Jeez.
Dude,
You're
both
jail.
times I rolled a 2. Both times.
19 on that one.
It's like a 400.
17.
What do you get? What'd you get?
19.
I got a. So 14.
Okay. So I would say Magnilda and you two start to notice, and actually this is specific for you because you haven't noticed this yet. You notice some interesting other kinds of foliage, I guess it would say. Like, do you have dark vision? I guess you
I do.
probably do. Or you might be using a lamp. I don't know how you one mines. Do
I
you
def-
bring lamps?
I probably would bring a lamp
definitely have
because
dark
I'm
vision.
half
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. So there's probably a little light. And I will say that you notice that it's kind of like fungusy. And that's something that you're not used to.
I mean, fungus is more typical in the mines, but not like this one.
Yeah.
I've never seen this one.
And I'm gonna just, since you're just keep moving through it.
I'm gonna put the brake on real quick
Okay.
and be like, "That's new."
And I'm slipping some in my pockets just. to
You
check
are?
the bag,
And
yeah.
actually, I
You're gonna touch it?
What did it
The
look like?
minute
Oh, no.
Yip is like, well, I'm just gonna take that.
Can I try and like see him like reaching
Uh,
and like smack his hand?
She would be used to me like.
That
trying
is true.
every
So
substance.
let's do a what
Like
would
a
that
challenge
Dex?
dexterity?
contested?
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll a dexterity check. Just
19.
Sleight of hand, I guess. He is a thief.
5. I'm
So
not
he
sure.
starts
So-
going like this, and I go,
and you
"That's
slap.
new."
Yeah. So, I'm gonna do a check.
Oh, God. It's gonna reach out at him.
And what was your check?
19.
Okay. I'll say since I rolled, yeah, okay. Nothing happens yet.
I go,
Tight.
"That's a new thing.
Yeah.
Don't put it in your face."
Were you gonna try to do something with it?
No, after I saw that interaction,
Okay.
I held off.
What do they look like?
You're asking me to explain the deep complexities of fungus.
Are they like little mushrooms? Or are they big puffballs?
They're big. They're like there's different ones.
Okay.
And they have different kind of
Ears?
yeah. Is that mushroom analogy? I don't know.
I
They're
don't know,
like
you just made that.
they are. They're like spread out, kind of like
Bells or whatever.
chicken
they're
of
called.
this. What was
Oh, yeah.
Different gills.
Chicken of the
Head of the
different.
woods?
Chicken of the woods, kind of like big, but they're all different colors, and some of them are a little squirmier, like more like the long fungus. But they're
Okay.
big. I mean, they're like big.
So
but
there's
there
like
are
a
some
bunch
little.
of big different
but
kinds.
there's also some little ones too.
Are there any like the color situation is varied, the
Yes.
texture situation is varied.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's a mushroom like forest, not necessarily a new kind of mushroom.
Correct. Well, why don't you roll a nature check for me?
Could I also
Yeah.
roll a nature
Yeah,
check?
sure.
Can we all?
Yeah,
One.
you all can.
I'm gonna roll
A
nature
one?
check,
They're
too.
weird.
Yeah,
These
you're
are
like,
all-
I don't know,
I'm
man.
Yeah.
You're distracted by all the
Dirty 20.
colors. Dirty 20.
Nat 20.
You had a nat 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, I know them
So
mushrooms.
So I guess you would know these because, I mean, you learned a lot in the Bowender Monastery. You learned about nature and
I learned
shit.
stuff.
So you would, the minute you start looking at these and kind of getting closer and the lights kind of illuminating them, you would know these as this is a myconid colony. They are little mushroom guys that are alive and they can speak. But they are not, clearly not bothered by you at the moment.
I think Rabble was
No
like,
one
can
touched
speak.
it.
well, I think Rabble was like about to touch one, and then whenever Mag said "don't touch it," he like pulled his hand down and spun away really fast. But there's this weird like ghostly after image of his hand floating that's still almost about to touch it, and it's got like it's like a little more gaunt and ghastly and has those same sort of weird like it has like spirals of darkness coming off of it, but has that same sort of faint shimmer of scales.
And you're doing that Like,
the ghostly hand is still like floating out, looking like it's about to touch
Blood
it.
hands?
okay.
The mage hand. It's mage hand.
Yip's going like
Oh,
Spoilers.
it's mage
It's mage
hand.
hand. Oh, look at that. But yes, his mage hand is still floating there, like it's about to touch it.
So can I reach out and swat that down too?
Well, it just goes through.
Oh.
Yeah, mage hand.
I'm just rubbing
I
my
guess if-
eyes.
I,
But
I
does-
woke up to a bunch of
Mage
changes
hand
this
puts
morning.
pressure on if you want it.
Puberty is weird.
Yeah.
It is.
I also went through
I don't-
puberty
I
around
don't know
12.
if this is
Here,
like.
let me roll a check about the mage hand.
I've already had like 2 puberties that was supposed to happen in my life.
Weirder than that time your penis fell off.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you know, like,
Okay, so with my
like you say, you know, you come back stronger.
Anatomy. This is my least favorite.
I know, it's
But these
terrible.
Better penises work like baby teeth.
I wish I could wrangle it in, guys. I wish, but
We've
this
tried.
is just us. This is just a tech nerd. So anywho,
okay, so
Back
with
to
my
the other
dirty
chef.
20,
Sorry,
would
Chris
I...
Metzen, for slandering this setting you've written.
Okay, with my dirty 20, would I know that they speak?
yeah, I think a dirty 20 is also. I think.
I mean, I would have communicated.
yeah,
this.
also yeah.
Would I know what they spoke with a dirty 20?
Would I with a nat 20?
Yeah, you would. I think you would know what do things from the Underdark speak.
Undercommon?
Undercommon?
Undercommon. Yeah.
Primordial, maybe? No.
What's probably?
Maybe those.
Oh,
That's
I can help with that. I know a lot of languages.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I
So I would whatever like Undercommon or a mix of that. I would.
Do we
say.
want to talk to
I
them?
would say that like you can still probably if someone wants to.
I would like to taste one.
No.
If you're saying they can speak, maybe they know something about where they're from or why they're here.
Oh. Good idea. I'm gonna go like this and cover my mouth real quick. And then like sprinkle something under my hand real quick. And then cast comprehend languages.
Oh, okay.
So I speak what they speak.
Cool.
And I'm gonna say, hi there. Hi.
Describe the mushroom you're talking to because it's
Oh,
fun.
I want one that is like spindly,
The spindly
and
one?
like has just like a tiny little thing, but like big gills underneath.
Okay.
And I want him to be like mostly transparent.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact, I've drawn most of the mushrooms on Wikipedia, and I'm thinking of one of them specifically
Okay.
right now. It's like a spindly little guy.
Cool. So it's a smaller one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
cool.
he has an accent that's a cross between Irish and Italian.
Stop it. No. You don't have any
He has
problems,
a-
sir. to make
French
up-
Canadian.
He has a wandering accent.
This is not how things go.
I write this game. She writes this game.
So you're speaking out to this. Do you get close, or what do you? How?
I'm gonna like. So I've stopped the cart,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna like get out of the cart.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like kind of like squat down a little bit, like I do whenever I talk to new smalls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, he's probably not that small for me, or for y'all. He's probably a couple feet high, but I'm gonna say hi there. Hi there.
And I will say, I guess I didn't describe this very well. So, but what you're doing is great. I just want to give you more of a description of where these mushrooms are. So they are on the ground a little bit, but they're also like all up around the tunnel too. So yeah,
So
they're like tucked. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. Hi there, buddy.
Give me a charisma check, just flat charisma.
That would be 11.
Okay. Yeah, you see, so these little prongs on this mushroom kind of go, and it like kind of shakes itself, and you see it pop up a little bit. And it looks like this is probably not the full form of this mushroom, but it's going to pop up.
Hi. You guys are new here.
Not so new.
How long have you been here? Because I was here a few days ago.
And it's kind of muffled. It's like, not so new.
A couple months ago.
I have no concept of time, but it feels like it's been longer than that.
Oh.
Can I make an insight check on this mushroom?
Yeah.
This is mushroom lying to me.
I'm not super insightful, but I'm going to try.
I don't know how-
16.
I don't know how insightful you can be about just eyes from a mushroom.
Well,
That,
the fact
like,
that it's
can
kind of
you-
like...
Can you even understand?
deceptive.
Can we understand it?
I'm looking at body language.
Okay.
'Cause it's
I
been,
don't
like,
think
secretive.
so. Unless,
From
does anybody
its
speak like
nose
undercommon or any kind of like unusual language? You speak primordial?
Hmm?
Is that what you said?
I do.
What's is primordial?
I think like pre civilization kind of.
What's-
It's like this.
Elemental.
It's like the elemental language.
Yeah.
Oh, so I mean, maybe you can pick out words
Okay.
from it.
There's probably some
Because
similarities.
these probably have been around for a while.
Does this mushroom have like shifty eyes?
It's actually like, it's just like they were just like weird bulbs.
Are they
They still
shifty?
have like a little like they still move with expression because that's cute.
Mushroom eyebrows.
But they're like built in, you know.
I got a
Shifty
16.
eyes.
I got a 16. So like, can I tell just from the way it's being like?
It seems like
secretive?
it's just like a little shy.
Shy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There. Okay.
Yeah,
Just a little shy guy.
just a little shy guy.
Just a little shy
Just a
guy.
little coy.
Yeah, so it'll say yeah. And it kind of like, well, give me another charisma. You can give me persuasion.
Oh. I rolled a natural 1.
Does anybody want to like help by trying to like kind
Yeah,
of?
I will take some of the moisture, because they like moisture probably, so
Yeah.
I'm going to take some of the plant goop that I've got. Yeah, and I'm going to offer it to this guy. I'm going to put some of the slime of the like hydrated aloe guts kind of
Okay.
vibe I got.
Yeah.
Highly nutritious.
So you can roll
nutritious,
again.
heavily nutritious.
Come on.
joking
It's
me?
okay. It's okay. It's an 11 for persuasion.
Okay.
Come on, guy.
I say that he probably like pops up where you can maybe see where his mouth is, but it's still not that you can't.
Yeah, he's just a little shy guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's
and it kinda
underground
just, like-
things.
It kind of just does this thing where it just like, and it just soaks in whatever you just gave it.
Where'd y'all come from?
Oh, we came from further down, but it's getting inhabitable for us.
Yeah, there's a lot of like weird plants.
We don't
down
know
there.
how much farther up we can go until we probably won't be able to survive.
That's dark.
It's too bright up there.
I'm gonna give you guys a gist of what's going on. So you're from further down
Mhm.
this line,
Yes.
and what's been
Scary.
pushing you out?
Plants.
Can I do a perception check on how they smell and if I'm
The pla-
familiar with it at
The
all?
mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have advantage on perception checks. Yeah.
I see psychedelic.
Don't eat these
Like if
mushroom guys.
I guess it
It's a 7. But you have advantage. So
You
can
do, so roll
again
again.
and take whichever one's higher.
Oh, okay.
An 18. So dirty 20.
Yeah. Dirty
Okay.
20.
And what are you trying to smell?
I'm just smelling if there's like anything that's I'm familiar with that maybe they've been around or
Well, I feel like I mean, you got a 20, but even then, I don't know how much you're like in these mines, and
okay.
or underground where these mushrooms would be.
Right.
They smell, but they do smell of mushrooms, and
Right.
you've eaten mushrooms, you've done them,
Oh, yeah.
you've eaten them as a healthy option, and you've also used them as a kind of also healthy option, but you just can't live that life day to day unless you can. Yep.
Right.
That's all based on your own personal. I don't know. I'm just saying. So anyway, so they smell like mushrooms. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So, what was
So
The
I'm
mushroom?
asking. So
Oh yeah.
these plants drove you out.
Yes, weird plants.
Where'd they come from?
Deep. We no longer can live there. Where the tunnels. It kind of like
Twist.
picks out. It uses one of its little fungus things, and it does that. Yeah, twists.
So like the devil's backbone.
Uh,
Twists.
It shrugs. Yeah.
Is that where you're from?
From further below, yes. We were there long time. And these plants invasive. The mushroom knows the word invasive. So we were pushed out.
Ah, yeah. So now you guys live here.
Mm-hmm. Plants
Up much further.
spikes. Ouch. Not nice. We'll eat. Probably us.
Yeah.
And
I've seen
anything else.
Anything else?
Mm-hmm. Becoming
do you know anything about them?
No, I've never. I mean, besides what I have experienced
From far away. They're from.
They. All I know is, well. Let me see.
Ask them if they've seen any giant snakes down there.
Yep wants to know if you've seen any giant snakes down there.
Not as of recently.
Well, I'm gonna tell everyone what I've found out, which is that that they're coming upwards, and there's not much further that they can go. They're from down further. I say I don't know if it's all the way to the Devil's Backbone but I've never seen them down this way.
Yeah, I think you've never seen them down this like tunnel itself, like the Bronze Hollow. But,
So they're probably from beyond the end of this tunnel.
Yeah.
Tell them that we will try to find the source.
We're gonna try and find the source of these plants and take care of it. Is there anything you can do to help us?
Oh no.
Any advice you can give?
Probably don't. No, I'm just kidding.
He's a funny little
You guys
guy.
are probably a
He's
little
a fun guy.
All right.
Oh
You're just
no.
waiting.
Just wait.
Glad
You
he's
were
not
waiting for
Just
it.
waiting for that one.
I think it would also tell you that when you hear the whispers, you're getting when you hear the whispers, you're getting close. And I would
Do
say
you know what the whispers are?
no. It kind of pops up back up again, and it says whispers and what else would it say? It's
Do you know about the earth
I
shaking?
don't think mushrooms can smell. Huh?
Do you know about the earth shaking?
Plants.
Oh, it's the
So-
plants.
One big plant leading another plants, all the other plants.
Oh, so like
They
the
seem to have
boss
minds
plant.
similar to us where we can share our thoughts.
Oh, so you have kind of like a hive mind situation.
That's what you want to call it.
I
This
don't know
mushroom's
what that
always
means.
sassy, too.
So is there like a monarchy or wait, no. Okay. So there's like a big plant in charge, and they're making the tremors, and all the other little plants answer to him, or her, or it.
I don't know if these mushrooms would know how else to explain it.
Well, I tell them that they're very good friends, and that I'll try to make sure
Kinda,
that they
like,
have a
pops out
space
a
to
little
be.
bit, lets its arms go.
And I'm gonna cast message up to Ezron or whomever.
Okay.
And tell them that we need to put a project on to carve out a little like zone for these
Okay.
mushroom to
The
live
little mechanics.
if they can't go back down.
Cool.
So what does it say?
So
Will you relay the last 20 minutes of exposition? In your own words, if you please.
Yeah.
So I think that the main issue is that the plants are coming up, and they're a hive mind situation, and they're pushing these little mushy guys up, and so
But is this how? I mean, I guess we don't know, but are we thinking that the lightning has anything to do with this?
I will say this. Give me one more persuasion while you are finishing your conversation. As he pops out and gets his arms out.
12.
You want to give the help?
Yeah.
Give him more of the
I'm
gushies?
so average.
And actually, at this point, now that we've established friendship, I'm gonna offer a little bit more of some of my water skin.
Mm.
Oh.
Oh, that's much better. 23.
Okay, so it kind of like regards you, and you know, no one's really bothering it. You're all kind of sticking around, and just, you know, letting it do its thing. So it feels a little bit more comfortable, and it says, and it pops out, and it has its little legs, and it starts to, was it on the ground or was it on the?
I was talking to one like on the ground but near the wall.
Cool. It's gonna run a little bit, and like look back at you.
Follow it.
Yeah. And it's gonna say something that maybe, I guess you could comprehend languages. So it looks at the wall where there's some other mushrooms, and it says, get out of the way. And so some of them, so they all kind of like crawl out of the way, and it shows you something on the very bottom near the seam of the wall in the ground. It shows you a symbol that's carved into the stone, and this is new to you too. And you see this, see that, but it's carved into the stone.
So it's like a thistle pod with
It
Sort of.
looks, yeah, there's some vine, it's like thick, it's like there's some vines coming, and there's like spikes on the ends of it, and there's like some like floral, yeah, but it's like, anyway. It looks like this could kind of open up if it wanted to, but like, but
Okay.
it's like, yes, it's like basically a flower with vines, and I can show you guys too. And it says these are how it shows it's basically a sign of property.
Okay, so this is like a claim
Yeah.
to this area.
Mm-hmm.
And so it made this here.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of trying to push you guys further out.
Yeah. So that's, I think when you were saying, is there anything we should look out for? That also might be a way to see if this has like already been.
I clue everyone into it.
So these things are a little more intelligent and sentient than what we might have expected.
For a plant, yeah.
Yeah.
And do these
And they're
sigils,
artistically inclined.
are these sigils, they look new? Like, are they older than the...
They look kind of new. I mean,
Okay.
like, I don't think you've seen. them
No,
yet.
this was not here before.
So
It
it's
looks
like-
pretty new.
In the past few months, like I've been down here to
And if
inspect
anybody wants to
stone.
do like, I don't know, if anybody knows about like, if anybody wants to see what kind of hand could have possibly, which left or right, or if it was carved, or
You make a very
Don't
good point.
encourage him.
But no, if anybody wants to see if it was like handmade, like, you know what I mean, like what kind of,
What do you want? Do you want investigation?
yeah, investigation.
I'm going to make a perception check, but not of the sigil,
Okay.
of Yip, to see which hand he is, favors.
What?
What was that? I didn't hear that.
I'm trying to see which hand, if you're right-handed or left-handed.
Oh, what'd you roll?
You just ask.
You're just figuring it
I'm
out.
able to look, but I only got a 9. So.
I'm definitely left-handed.
That's always going to be a question mark in Doug's book forever.
I know. Anyway, what did you roll anything for that?
Yeah, I rolled investigation, but it was only a 6.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20.
For
I guess investigation
Okay.
of the.
I mean, when you're looking at it, yes, it does look new. Also, you saw those plants. Doesn't seem like one of those plants would be able to do it.
So we're thinking the lady in
Devania
white.
is in league
Devania.
with the plants? She's like a plant lady?
Wait, but the crest, the thorn, what was that?
The thorn pendant?
The circle of thorns. people.
Circle of Thorns.
Right, so why wouldn't they just be weird plant worshippers?
They could be. I just, it seems like a strange connection. Like, why would they be mad at the Church of Solaria? Or not the church, but Rebel Inc. Because they were like threatening all the lights and... I don't know. It's a strange... strange situation. Well, should we carry on?
Yeah, so all the mushrooms will move back.
Yeah, his name.
Huh?
What was his name?
What was his name?
They don't
He's not
have
going to tell
names.
us his name. He's our friend.
Is he right-handed or left-handed?
Yeah, which prawn does he favor?
Let's find out.
middle
High,
one.
it's right. Low, it's left. It's left.
Actually, I take back that I am ambidextrous.
Oh, okay, see?
Yeah.
The notes
so,
that are going on
I
over
know.
here.
You gotta start a third column.
Yeah. Yip would never let
Yip
anybody
would
know
never.
anything about himself.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
I switch it up all the time so you never know.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, his handwriting's approximately the same no matter what hand he uses.
It's always a problem.
So I'm going to get us back into the cart and
Cool.
get us rolling back down.
Cool. Yeah, so you do. And
No, I think we can't.
you can give me perception checks if you would like to as you're rolling
I'm
So
listening
down.
for whispers.
Okay.
Perception.
Yeah.
I'm shaken by this and fully not very aware of my surroundings.
Girl, you need to use a different dice.
Girl, get your shit.
What did everybody get?
13.
15.
18.
10.
5.
7.
Okay.
Yip is already high.
What was the
obviously.
highest one?
Mine.
Okay.
18.
Oh, 18.
Wow. Doug. Alright, you cancel again.
Oh boy.
We
Can't wait to watch that
s-
show.
We can't say it.
Um,
It's gonna become a free plug.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
TM
that's
though.
true.
It's TM.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Stole it from us.
Did they
Uh,
check us first? We never PM'd it.
No, we didn't. So with an 18, you are looking down this tunnel, and it is sloping. It's going down, and you are starting to feel it gets cold. It's getting colder and colder, and just a little bit more stale and in the air. Yeah. So with an 18, I would say that you, as you're looking for whispers. What'd you get?
Listen, 13 for whispers.
Okay. You see another one of those symbols on the ground. And I mean, it wouldn't be too short after you would notice that you do see a plant. And it does look pretty similar to the plant that you had encountered in the cellar.
Is it in our way at all, or is it kind of?
It
off,
is.
or-
I will say it would. Let's see where do I want it to be? So the cart are what do you think? The carts are. How big do you think we are
Well, this is
looking at?
giant tunnels.
Yeah.
For a Giant's Tunnel, it's probably going to be 15 feet wide.
Yeah.
The rail is.
Okay.
So the cart's going to be a little bit more narrow
And so
than
this is
that.
probably like a 30
And then
foot
Oh, yeah.
like tunnel, right?
Yeah, so it's like a height and a half. For
Yeah, I would say that it's up, kind of on the crook of the ceiling, and you can see little cracks coming from it, and that it's like made its way out of something and through and out, and it's there. Probably so from the cart, since you're lifted up a little bit. I don't know, like total, it's maybe 20 feet ahead of you.
Okay. Does it feel like we can pass without encountering it?
Do you think we can feel like we can pass staying 10 feet or further away from it?
As you recall, its reach with its vines was 10 feet.
Okay. So yeah, probably. Okay, dude.
So you're saying that it could reach us?
Yeah, that
Oh.
the vine's good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, might
I
as well.
think, right? If we're
Well-
saying it's a 30-foot ceiling, then you're up maybe, the cart is up, what, 10 feet?
That's, yeah. If we ducked?
It's up to you. I'm not
I
telling
think-
you
I
what to
think
do. I'm
Rebels-
just telling you where it is.
I
And
think-
so, yeah, I mean, it's
I
up
think
to you.
Rebel's gonna see it and he's like, oh, we might as well put out as a weed by the roots and just like, I'm gonna cast
Okay.
Chill Touch
Okay.
on this thing.
You're going to touch it?
With my the same
Your
weird
hand?
ghostly hand just like reaches up and just sort of like tugs on the plant.
Oh, you do the mage hand?
No, this is Chill Touch.
Oh,
It's same hand thematically, but I got a lot of hand stuff going on over here.
okay. So it is your hand.
Isn't that the one with the...
I don't know how to
I'm
help
so
you.
confused.
Coulter,
The
I'm
words
sorry.
that are being said.
Coulter, I'm
It's
sorry.
a
He's
range
got a lot of
spell,
hand stuff going
Yeah.
on.
Is chill touch a ranged spell?
Yes, range
Okay.
spell attack.
Ranged.
23.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. That's going to be 9 points of necrotic damage.
Necrotic, huh?
And it can't regain hit points until something.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it opens up because it's just gotten hit with something, and if we might as well roll initiative, even if you're not planning on fighting it back. It's going to try to fight you. So.
Sorry, that was actually I rolled a d10 instead of a d8 for chill touch.
Okay, so
it's
how
only
many?
2.
You can
Yeah, it's a d8.
do whatever you want
sorry,
within
this
the
one
initiative.
for,
You don't have to fight the plant if you could just keep moving. And I will say, if you're having the cart move, it might
19.
be you might be fine.
Yep.
But it
Plus
might
your
get in the swing here and
dexterity.
there.
How fast is the cart moving?
Plus 2, so 21.
Nice.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, if you're doing the
20
thing, it's kind of
as fast as I push it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like camel speed, which is a little slower than a horse.
Did anybody get a 20 or higher?
I got a 21.
21. Yep. What about a 15 to 20?
16.
16. 0. What did you get?
14.
Okay. What did
Also 14.
you? Who's dex?
I got a +2 on dex.
Where's my dexterity? The thing?
I win.
1.
Okay, so
7.
wait, what did you get?
11.
Okay. So Rabble, then
Lamp.
Merit. And then, what did I get? Sierra, what'd you get? 16? Okay. So let's see, this plant got a 19. So first, okay, so this is what you see. You got a surprise round off on this plant. This plant is, what do we say? So it's 10 feet above you now with all the math that we're doing, which I guess doesn't really make sense if it's, yeah, it does because you're pushing 10 feet above you, and probably diagonally 15 if we're being honest. And the cart is moving. We don't know what you're doing next, but the cart is moving. But
And I haven't noticed it. I
right.
didn't see it whenever.
Right. So, and I don't know if you noticed it either. But you did do some magic.
Right,
about it.
yeah. I mean, I certainly
probably
wasn't trying to
got
be stealthy
clued in.
about it.
Yeah. So he got clued in. You guys see, Rabble see something, and what does your magic look like? It's the hand that comes up?
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's sort of like that faint, ghostly,
Would they be able to
smoky hand with like the
with
slight
this-
shimmery scales.
So you might have seen that, I assume, and you see this. So that would alert you to this plant. So you see that he does some damage on this. It kind of goes. It goes. I don't know how a plant.
What sound does a plant make?
I know when it gets hit with necrotic. I guess you would see maybe just a little
Well,
wilting.
Yeah.
Wherever you hit it. So you see that Rabble's trying to damage this plant as you're going by, and you do see these vines start to whip and lash.
Can I attack it?
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out my crossbow because I don't want to touch it with any
Yeah.
sort of hand weapon.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add on your.
Attack.
Is crossbow dex?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dexterity. So it'd be 17.
Yeah, that hits. So then crossbow is what? 1d
D8 for hand
1d8.
crossbow.
plus your dex.
This one.
Yes, yeah.
And then there's there a plus on that?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So you roll 5 plus your dexterity. So plus 2.
Okay, 7.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, so Yip gets it right in the little leaf. It's not a little leaf, actually. It's a big leaf. 7 points of damage. Okay, cool. Great. It's the plant. So the plant is going to, as the cart continues to move, is going to go ahead and try to lash out at Yip, since you were the last to try to hit it, and it rolled badly. It rolled very badly, and so this
So I was
this
just
crazy
like-
looking vine, this crazy looking vine just tries to slash you with its like really needle really needle thin, but there's a lot of them on this end of this vine. Tries to slash you in the face, and you dodge out of the way. Sierra, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to. You're gonna see Sierra's face kind of just change a little bit. Sharp teeth are gonna come out of her like gummy mouth,
Rebel's gonna like flinch back really hard.
Right?
and then I'm going to take off at full speed toward this. Like, is it up?
Yes, it's up in the the curvature of the ceiling.
Okay, so that's within. You'd say that'd be half my movement.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna then bite into it.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna. Yep. Okay. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. That
Ruh-roh.
would be an 8.
Yeah, doesn't
probably.
hit.
All right, and then in that case, I'm going to leap off of it and attempt to get back into the.
So it's gonna make an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
Well, it technically has a 10-foot reach, so you can't get out of its range. So you don't get an attack of opportunity.
Cool.
Are you just jumping onto the cart?
Jumping back
Yeah,
into the
okay.
cart.
You're good.
Okay.
Anything else?
I think I'm going. Yep, that'll be it.
Cool. How about Merritt? Oh, I'm sorry. M is
I
for
was gonna say, I don't think I'm
Magnilda.
not-
No, you're not. M is for Magnilda. Sorry, I'm not used to another M one. What are you doing?
Okay, so I have now realized what's going
You
on.
now realize what's going on.
So I'm going to, instead of going like this,
Yeah.
I'm going to go like this and
Okay.
go backwards just a little bit so that we're out of the range.
Okay. Okay. You
Um,
can certainly do that, and I'm not going to count that as your move. Well, the card has its own movement, so yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to, as a bonus action, give Bardic Inspiration over here to Merritt, because I see that he's about to do something. And then
Yes.
as my standard action, I think that it makes the most sense to... I'm just going to take a dagger and throw it.
Go
You
for
know,
it.
Let's
Go for it.
see
Let's
how
go.
well we can make that happen for us.
Might be great.
22.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah, yeah. Success.
Pretty dang
Success is
Yeah.
had.
I mean, honestly, for a for such a great roll, what?
Oh no, go ahead.
I would say that you're slicing maybe off because it was a good roll. So
Yeah.
maybe slicing one of those vines.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think a half giant dagger is like a short sword.
Right? Yeah, totally.
Make-
Honestly,
Right.
it is.
I'm
Yeah.
making a salad. So that's 5 damage.
Cool. All right. Anything else for you? Okay, Gary.
All right, Gary's going to hop off the back of the wagon just to be on the safe side and
Okay.
retreat so he's 30 feet away. And then duck down and carefully aim an Eldritch Blast
Cool.
at this plant.
Pew pew.
18 to hit.
It hits.
All right. D10. 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Wow, wow, wow.
Rattle these plant's leaves.
Yeah, it does. It goes. That's what happens when you
How's
hit
that-
a
how's
plant
that
with
good?
force damage. I did it a little different that time.
That was real gold.
Ouchie. Okay. Hey, guess what? It's Rabble's turn. Are you done?
I'm done. Okay.
Great.
No, I'm
Rabble
I'm
and yeah,
last.
Mary's last. Rabble, it is your turn.
Slow on the draw on this one.
Rebel's gonna go. I guess it's stuck. And this time, like whenever he casts a spell, he like almost levitates for half a second, where he goes like one of these,
Yeah.
and like puts his feet up,
Okay.
and it almost looks like his feet are like planted on the air, and he's gonna try and pull again. He's gonna try and chill touch this thing. 15?
Yeah.
15 hit.
You did a plant.
15 hit.
He can't go nowhere.
15 hit.
So another 6 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. Yeah, it's getting real wilty, and honestly, where you hit it with the necrotic damage, it gets like crispy,
And then he's gonna
like fall leaves, like leaves in the fall time.
and then as his bonus action, he's gonna take out his dagger and go. God, is it within 15 feet of me?
Yeah. No.
Can I run up 10
You're
feet?
probably
towards-
20
I got it
feet
just
away.
like out of the range is my goal.
Okay, yeah, you're probably 20 feet away, but I'm thinking of the cart being 20 feet away. So if you, this is
If I
hard
can't get there,
when-
it's okay.
Yeah, no, I'd say
You've got movement.
you've got movement. You can move up
Okay.
into the cart and do it because it's a big cart. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Ravel's gonna run and he's gonna jump off the end of the cart. That'll get him just within 15 feet.
Got it.
And he's going to do his wraith strike
Okay.
up, and he's gonna try and stab into the plant.
All right.
I don't think I'm gonna get sneak attack on this one though.
I'm sorry. Sierra is right next to the plant. Oh no, you jump back off.
You do
Sorry.
sneak attack before or after your attack?
After.
Okay.
That's gonna be an 11.
Just
or no,
misses.
12.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay.
Hits.
Because the Dunestalker
You
dagger.
just
+1.
get hook it onto a leaf, or are you throwing it?
No, I'm gonna.
You're
I'm
running and like. Jump,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm trying to like stab into it.
Yeah, you do it. You do that.
All right.
Do it.
The pirate maneuver down the.
Yeah.
Right. It's just the D6 plus 5, so 8 points of slashing
Woo!
damage.
Yeah, this thing is looking really bad.
And I'll do the like pirate slide all the way
And
down.
you do, and it kind of like just opens up, and like it's goopy, and like it's got that real thick, like sappy material that keeps people. And then you also see it's like it cuts because it has teeth on the inside of the leaves too,
Mhm.
so it like cuts it in half, and so it just flops, and then you can see the big sharp vine teeth. Yeah.
And then I'll just start like after I fall down, I'll just kind of like start walking back to the car. Just like I can't get it out.
Cool. So I need Merritt.
Alright, let me take a whack at it. Yeah, I'll jump up with my quarterstaff. And
Okay.
just kind of thwap it.
Do the old thwapadoo.
Good old thwap. 19 to hit.
Yep.
And 5 points of bludgeoning.
Yeah, you thwap it, and you flap it good. No, this.
But did he
it good.
flap it real good?
And I will say with this force, it only had 3 hit points left. So with a little bit with this force, it gets like a little pulled out of the earth, but its roots are still really deep in there. And give me perception checks.
16.
15.
16, 15,
17.
17,
24.
24. I think Sierra, you start to
Do I
hear.
add anything to perception?
You add anything to perception?
2.
When you are your character.
You are your character.
Gotta play what you
7.
know.
It's true.
I got a 7.
I get 8. 'Cause it's
Okay.
safer.
So not important. With a 24, down the tunnel, you can probably. I feel like you're using your ears, and possibly. I mean, I'm trying to think how I want to explain this. You hear, farther down the tunnel, this like kind of like. Echo down, like echo up to you, but it's also echoing and getting bigger as you go down.
So the sound of a plant getting hit by force magic?
Yeah. Well.
Does it sound familiar to when?
Warning the rest of the...
Oh.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
Does it sound familiar to when we were fighting the other 2 plants and they're whipping their vines around?
Does this sound like the whispers that I have been hearing in the mines?
Yes.
oh no.
So it's just the plants communicating with each
Whispers.
So,
Plant whispers. Plant whispers.
other. Can we just set the entire cave system on fire?
I mean, does this sap burn?
We could try.
Only
the
one way to find out.
mushrooms.
Just bomb.
Well, okay, this
No,
thing's
no,
dead,
no, no.
right?
This thing is dead.
Okay, so the sap stuff, I'm gonna do a
Yeah, go ahead.
quick prestidigitation.
And I will
see if
say-
I can light it.
Totally. I will say with, well, give me history checks for those of you that have fought these before and used certain magics. I will say also, you got a pretty good perception check on the sound. I will say you're also muddled because you are in a tunnel, so you don't know how many that could possibly mean or how much. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of echoes.
Yeah. So like, it could be making itself bigger than it is. You don't know. But yeah. So anyway, what were you gonna do with the sap?
So I want to see if the sap lights on fire whenever
right.
I cast a prestidigitation.
The sap from this plant?
Yes.
Kind of does it first, and then it kind of fizzles out.
Okay, so it's
And
not
with
like
your-
a.
With your history checks, I remember. What did you get?
Well, we remember it just like yesterday. It doesn't really matter what our rolls are.
Okay.
It was just hours ago.
11.
It was. I guess so. Yeah, that's fair. I just don't remember who used fire magic against it.
Did any of us?
Sala? Was that true?
Maybe it was
So-
all.
No, you tried to light it on fire. That's what it was.
Oh, right.
You tried to light it on fire. That was like the first thing you did.
Yeah.
And it didn't. It did not as much damage as you thought it would.
But didn't
Oh,
but
yeah.
didn't acid? Didn't we find something that did?
Was
I don't think it
light?
was acid.
Was it sensitive to light?
Was
I
it
can't
cold?
remember what it was last time.
Okay.
Because like plants don't do well in the cold.
That's true.
Did
we
And we're
overwater
going
it?
off Pokemon rules.
Oh my god, guys.
Mm.
it
So
needs
yeah.
to be facing the southern sun.
Exactly.
Okay. In that case,
I think that this is what happens when I have a neurodivergent brain. You would also smell something, something that you smelled before, and it reminds you of the stinky dogs that you.
I mean, I slayed those dogs.
Do you still have that piece of that one?
Did you have a preservative?
It's just a hint. It's just because you had a 24. It's just a hint of it. It's not as strong as it was when you guys were like, but you just it's in the air.
I smell with my mouth open.
Gross.
That's worse than anything I've said today.
I mean,
Is it?
I also
Yeah, I
I
don't
have a
know.
question, and I've been wondering this for a while. When your eyes get dry, do you stick the tongue out and?
Well, I have two lids.
Aw.
Okay, okay.
So when I
Yeah.
so I'll have one and then I'll have another. So they
Okay.
just sometimes when
So you don't have to do the thing where you like lick your
No.
own eyeball.
So if you ever need
Like
me to,
geckos do?
I don't
need to
need
know.
Need to, but why wouldn't you?
It's great.
if you ever need me to lick your eyeball, I would do that for you.
Gross.
Please
You would
never
never.
offer
I would
that.
never
I
let
would
Rebel
never
near an eyeball.
Let Rabble near my eyeball.
Or
Would never.
no. Sounds
Ew.
terrible.
All right. Anyway, where were we?
So you,
Dogs.
Dogs
so
is
yeah,
what
you're
they're-
hearing, but you're just smelling just a hint of it, and you're also just hearing some plants with the vines in them.
Are you telling us about that?
Yeah, I will privy you to that information
What did
today.
that have to do with those dogs?
The dogs were.
They're in that cave with
Also,
hot boy lizard, snake boys.
the cart's been moving for a little
You
bit.
know.
You would
Yeah,
know
no,
that
yeah,
you are
no,
getting
I
close to
remember.
the point where
Yeah,
the
we're
plants
getting pretty
started.
close to the
So
where the plants were last time.
Yeah.
That plant's pretty far out for.
Does this tunnel, does it curve? Does it, like, can we not see what's ahead of us?
Could
you can see.
I mean,
yeah,
you
it
can only
just-
see
it
a
goes
certain
down.
distance
It
because
just
it's-
goes
it's
down.
just straight down. So
Yeah.
It's probably pretty dark too.
It's dark.
It's dark.
We've all got dark vision though, so we can see for quite a ways. So
could I do like an intelligence check of some sort to see if I remembered? Were those
I mean,
dogs?
you're sorry. Go ahead.
Were those dogs just dogs? They
No.
weren't. They
No.
were like. But what in? Would I
They're like-
remember? Can I?
Yeah,
They're like
you can-
I have a
undead or
bit of it
something,
with
right?
me.
are they corrupted dogs? Or?
Yeah, I
That's
don't
a
know
dog.
if you knew what they were when you saw them in the first
Okay,
place.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It just goes down. How far is your dark vision?
Like 120 feet.
Is it?
I don't know.
Can someone see 120 feet
60
away?
I
Dark
can.
vision, 60 feet.
You can.
In real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing all this stuff right now.
Okay. I mean, you're seeing up to 60 feet of.
Dark vision.
Yeah. I mean, I think you would see that you can start to see some smattering of plants.
Oh, plants. Okay,
Yeah.
within our vision.
What about my 120?
Yeah,
More
same, but I
plants.
mean,
So are we
Yeah,
saying
those
like a
plants.
smattering like 2 or like 20?
I think a perception check would be needed.
Does anybody want to?
I'll also make perception check.
Okay.
Now that I can see in the
Can
dark.
I give Gary
Yeah,
advantage?
They
He's
must-
I
holding
can
his eyes
also
open
see
wide.
pretty far.
I will say it's like
His
it's
plants
just
must
a
be very
tunnel,
far
so
away.
anything that you see first is gonna make, and then it's gonna look.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
gonna be
17, right?
skewed by whatever.
All of the plants must be in the next 60 feet.
It's L1.
Okay, so that's what you see.
19 perception.
So are we just fighting our way through these? Is that the plan?
I mean,
Can we just get the cart going as fast as possible?
As far as you
Perception's
know-
kind of my.
He cast a spell at it, and that's the only time it.
Oh,
How long ago did
But-
we...
maybe if unprovoked, they won't.
Oh.
But you do recall they said
But
hive
they-
mind.
They just communicated with each other. So we just. Way to go, we're out.
There are ways you can do this though.
Okay,
you have
so
a
Well,
giant
let's-
cart.
They
You
were
have
at a limited range.
I can
and it's
if
a
I
big
take
tunnel.
the
Right.
if I take the brake off of the cart
yes.
and we just start rolling.
Wait,
we
what?
are.
Why
we
do you have
are.
to take the brake off to do that?
Huh?
Why do you have to take the brake off to do that?
Because I have the brake on right now, so that we don't just
Not-
roll
not
all
like
the way down.
detach it or anything, just like
Oh.
undo
No,
it.
just like unbrake.
I thought you were talking about
I would say
disconnecting.
there'd be
the
you
brake.
would be a little nervous about that because stopping would be not as easy. 'Cause
Right,
you're doing
like
it by
at some
momentum.
point you
But
push
also-
your foot on the brake and it goes, and
Yeah,
then,
it
like the
would.
sparks go everywhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, could
Certainly, we can get down there fast.
Is it enough?
I'm saying
It's called the Temple of Doom.
it used to be a lot of fun.
It's called when you're Temple of Dooming.
Okay, so from what you saw, does it look like the rails are obstructed? They are, correct?
They are. Yeah.
Eventually they would. Yeah, you would. I mean,
Yes,
Eventually,
it
they
does.
are
like-
obstructed.
So,
I
like,
know
going
that.
She
down
knows that,
fast-
yes.
So going down fast might not be our best option. Stealthily might be better. Especially if they've warned ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
might be the best way to go about it, especially if it's
I mean,
overgrown.
the other option is a death trap when it does get obscured and we go flying.
They were in the middle of 20
Right.
of them all at once.
Yeah.
We just keep an eye out for the ones that are like closed versus open. I feel like once they're
So
open,
stealthy?
they're hostile.
Yeah, let's
Stealthy.
try to sneak past them because
Okay.
they have to be close enough. We could just kind of wind our way.
yep.
Yep.
So what I'll say is you start. Are you still taking the cart?
I don't think so.
No,
It's
and
not even
perhaps
that fast.
Dusty stays back.
Yeah, Dusty stays back.
Okay.
Dusty's not going near those.
Okay.
He's a good boy.
So group stealth.
Let's do a group stealth.
Stealth
So you
it
start
up.
making your way down. Town, walking fast, faces past.
Can't add anything to that.
What
That ruined my roll.
It ruined my. I totally lost my like. What do we?
What
No.
What's the bardic?
It's a 1d6.
Why do you need that? Hey, why'd you need that though?
Just shut up. There we
All
go.
right, what everybody get?
13.
7.
16.
14.
27.
Okay.
20.
Wow. Okay. So the middle one was what?
The
What'd
rogues were stealthy.
What'd you get?
16.
Okay. So, but with the 27, so it's like, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me do a roll. As you're making your way down.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
You have a
Why?
choice.
Why was your stealth bad? Did you just hear in your mind?
What is that sound?
Rabble, by the way, is like taking full range of the like whole tunnel, where it's just like, oh, if I just take this little path, if I just walk along like the
crawling
roof
along.
and this wall and just
Oh,
sort of do
I see.
that.
Okay.
I think that's why I'm stealthy too.
You know what happened
Okay.
actually?
What?
I feel like, are we getting into areas that are maybe a little more damp and there's maybe the smell of this dog and the
Yeah, it is
air.
getting. Yeah, it's
So-
getting.
For a second, Gary has this identification with scenes he's seen in his dreams,
Mhm.
and it gets all rattled for a second.
So you make your way.
Rob,
Yeah, you did that to
I
yourself.
did it to myself.
Rob S doesn't just pop into his mind or something.
Rob S has done a cover of.
Rob S has done a cover of that song for sure.
His
though.
solo project.
100%. So you are going down the slope, and you do it relatively stealthily. Besides Gary's distraction, and you do start to notice that these plants are starting to get thicker. But first they start more on the tunnel ceiling. So your stealth is pretty good. And there's like maybe 2, 3. You see another one of those not sigil, but like a marking of whatever this is every now and then you do notice that these plants do start to get thicker. They start to go kind of more down on the ground, kind of more covering the area. And as they get more, as they get bushier on the ground floor. Dense, thank you. If they get more dense on the ground.
Wait. If you can't use the term bush-y to describe a plant.
I know, it is a plant way, right?
You had it right the first time, Elizabeth.
The shaft is getting bushier. That's what you're saying.
I'm trying to help.
Is this episode over yet? Okay. No, the plants are getting more dense. I will want another stealth check, and I want to do dexterity checks. If you are trying to make your way stealthily around these plants.
Saving throw or...
What did I say? Dexterity check, I think. So you tell me how you're using. You can use... Yeah, dexterity check. Yeah.
Just a straight dexterity.
I got a 12 stealth and a natural 1 on the dexterity check.
Okay.
I step in a plant.
I got a 19 on stealth and an 11 on dexterity.
Okay.
19 on stealth, and 8 on dexterity.
Wait, let's go around and do stealth first,
Yeah.
because this is a lot
19.
for me. 19?
19.
19? Wow.
Dirty 20.
This is stealth?
Yes.
12.
9.
Okay. I mean, all in all,
It's like the exact inverse of last time.
yeah, all in all, very good rolls. So we're doing dexterity.
8. I think I just walked into one of the little vines.
Yeah, yes.
11. I got big feet.
8. I walked into a vine.
Okay, this is getting a little...
16.
So the stealth checks were totally nullified.
Yeah, I mean, like, the nat 1 is... That's where the problem
You had a
is.
nat 1?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's where the problem
Oh,
is.
right.
Like,
to
the
mouth
vibe
of
to
one
me
Right.
feels like whenever you're walking through a room that hasn't been cleaned in forever and there's just cobwebs and you're like, oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I will say,
Sap drips in
because
everyone's face.
everybody did... What'd you get for your
I
dex?
got 13.
Okay.
What horrible rolls. on the
All
deck.
bad dex checks. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, I got
so,
16. That's
uh,
terrible.
How do I want to do this? I think the nat
Tossed a
1 is
hot
the
shot
more
over
the
there.
biggest priority, but they are hive-minded. So I would say this: you are surrounded right now by. Let's roll.
It's just a domino effect. Rabble trips, and then everybody just
Right.
like falls over him.
Okay, that's not enough.
Well, I think it's
Two.
like, since I'm walking on the ceiling, when I trip, I lose contact with the ceiling and just fall.
There you go.
It's more like it. You are surrounded by right now, within their reach, there are 7 plants. The one that you step on is on the ground. Unless, or you were kind of squirming around.
I
maybe,
was, but I just made the joke that I tripped, and since I tripped on the ceiling and gravity's still a thing, I lost contact
Right.
and just fell.
Okay, that's what happened.
So I hit the ground onto a plant.
And it wakes up and it immediately tries to constrict you. So give me a contested grappling. So you do strength, I believe.
I think you can do athletics or acrobatics, correct?
For grappling?
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
I thought if you were defending, you could do either.
it's fine.
Well,
Well, I got a
uh,
natural 20.
I got a 3 on the die. So
So you guys see Rabble immediately starts to get grappled, and give me a con save.
Jeez. Dirty 20.
You got a dirty 20, so you're not right now taking any damage, but you are starting to get constricted. And you do notice that these other plants are like, give me, with their vines, give me a perception check, those of you that want to.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
18.
Jesus.
Okay. You do start to smell that, kind of that dog smell, but you do see what looks like, almost like on the, I'm going to say the left side. The left side, across from the tracks, you see kind of like a dug, like hole. It looks like there's a kind of like a tunnel underneath where there's one plant maybe like 30 feet above it, but there's like a hole in the wall.
A dug
and you
hole?
can kind of what?
Like where your
Dug
dog
hole.
would hang out.
Dug hole.
Like yeah,
Doug's
like,
hole.
yeah.
Doug, where Doug's hole is. Did I miss something?
No, you did
They
not.
they
No,
just added
because
an
Doug's
O
highlighted something.
to the word.
Oh no, I did.
You said Doug and then paused and then said hole and I.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so there's a hole probably like I would say 6 feet big that goes into the hole, and you can tell that faint, nasty dog smell is coming from that area. But with your perception check, you can see there are no plants right now within that tunnel.
Okay.
Just letting you know. So there are these plants. If you want to stick around, let's go ahead and just roll initiative one more time, and then we can go from there. Whew. Are you kidding me? That's great.
What check was it?
It's the
So this is going to be hard to keep track of because there's a bunch of plants and we're doing this theater of the mind. So what I'm going to ask you to do is you can use your movement no matter where they are, you can reach them. But they can't always reach you, and I'll just keep track of that. So if you go towards it, just assume you're probably going to be within its, just tell me if you're within 10 feet and then we'll go from there. But whatever you want to do next is up to you. So what do you get? Above a 20? Does anybody get above a 20?
24.
Okay.
Natural 20.
You got a natural 20?
Mhm.
That's what I got. Roll off.
What?
What? At 24? Did you get 24?
Oh, no. I just got it.
Okay.
I just
roll
was
off.
saying that I usually just let natural 20s be
Yeah,
first no matter
right,
what. So anybody 15 to 20?
20, dirty 20.
What'd you get?
14.
6.
Okay.
8.
What'd you get?
14.
Okay. You got a
Oh, yeah,
13.
14.
You got a, yeah.
I've got +1 dexterity.
You got +2.
Okay.
Okay, yep.
Would I know how long we've been traveling?
It's been about an hour.
Okay.
So we're getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I've got a question really quick,
Mhm.
since we're talking about time. How long ago did we talk to the mushroom fellow?
Maybe a half hour ago.
Does comprehend languages, all languages, or you just choose the language?
It's all languages.
I think it only lasts like 10 minutes.
You It's an hour.
Oh,
So in theory, you might be able to talk to the plants.
Yeah.
They can talk still.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. So, it is Marin. Marin, what do you want to do?
I am going to attempt to wrangle rabble free of
Okay.
the plant. So, athletics.
Sure.
11.
I did so bad. Yeah, I got a 3 on the dice. So you managed to pull rabble out of the plant.
Mhm.
Anything else? What's your action?
I don't know. I don't think I can do an attack as a bonus action unless I did it.
Before we
as an
attack.
action.
Perhaps we should think about how the last round went, and maybe we don't have to fight.
Yeah. I'm
So
gonna,
that tunnel, like I said, I don't know if you shared it with everybody. I'll
Yeah,
just let
I
you
was just
know
about to,
it's like
yeah.
30 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll share with the rest. I'm gonna start moving towards the tunnel. Use my movement to get over there.
Okay.
He says 30 feet.
Yeah, maybe.
About-
Well, what did you say? Probably like how big the rail is? 15?
Probably about 15.
So let's say it's 40 feet away.
Okay, I get there with my speed.
Okay.
And yeah, I let the rest of everybody know. So I don't think there's any plants down here. We can maybe duck in here and at least for a little bit and keep quiet. If we want to move this way, and
Okay.
I'll let that be my turn.
Cool. And so there are multiple plants, but you're not all within range. So I'm just gonna do this. This one slashes out at Yip, and
Yep, no.
What's your AC?
13.
13. Okay, so you get slashed with a vine for, let's see, 4 points of acid damage. And no, I'm sorry, it's just slashing. It's piercing damage. Excuse me. And give me a strength, contested strength for grappling. So you'll just roll athletics or acrobatics. Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Against me.
The D20.
Ooh, I got a natural 1. So
Plus that.
I get a 5.
doesn't matter. I got a natural 1. So so this vine attempts to keep you within its vines and restrict you, but it just kind of flops out. You're too slippery.
Right.
Okay. Next would be Sierra.
I'm gonna go ahead and book it to the cave.
Okay.
And then I guess that's it. I'm just gonna scurry as creepily as I can
Okay.
and fast.
Are you dashing?
Dashing. Yeah.
Great. So you get to the tunnel. So that would be Yip. What are you doing?
Yep.
Yeah. So you see Merritt
just-
and Sierra head across the tracks to this tunnel, about 40 feet away.
Is Rabble still?
Rabble's still on the ground.
and
right?
he's still got the vine around him.
No.
No,
You got.
I wrangled him free from that. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, then, as Yip's natural characters, I'm just heading towards that tunnel.
Cool. So you want to dash towards
I'm
it?
looking out for myself right now.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yip's a coward. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Big
Gary,
talk.
what would you like to do?
Little action.
Right.
Can I hold a bonus action?
Sure.
I'm going to dash to the tunnel.
Okay.
And then hold a bonus action.
What are you holding?
I'm holding. No, I'm gonna wait till everyone's. Next turn. I'll wait till
Okay.
next turn.
Okay. Rabble, what are you doing?
I'm going to. Now that I'm free, I'm gonna run towards the tunnel. And yeah, I'll just use my cutting action, just dash.
Okay.
Just,
Cool.
Who's injured? Is
No,
anyone injured?
I think
Okay.
just
I
a
mean,
couple.
you-
I don't
A
know.
Okay,
little
just
bit.
But
Dips on
you also have Dusty to worry about.
No, Dusty's
we left
dead.
Dusty back.
Oh, that's right.
with
That's
the
right.
cart.
Okay, good.
I
Yeah.
would never.
That's what you said. You said no. I was
Um,
just thinking about.
Not putting
I'm
that
thinking of
sweet boy
Dusty.
in
You're gonna kill a. You're gonna kill a
He's
mount,
too good.
Elizabeth.
about Dusty.
He's a
We're
good
thinking
boy.
we can't. Who doesn't ever think about Dusty?
Who doesn't ever think about
Who
Dusty?
doesn't love Dusty?
Who doesn't love him?
Okay,
We
so I'm
love
gonna go to
Dusty.
the place as well, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to say out to the plants. I'm gonna say stop, parlay. We would love to have a conversation.
Voulez-vous coucher?
Diplomacy. I guess cast diplomancy.
They just keep doing what they're doing.
Okay,
They're
cool.
just flipping.
I do have to duck to get into here,
It's true.
so I'm going to make sure that there's room for anyone else that needs to get in. Is everyone in?
Person is I think you're all.
We're all
Yeah.
dead.
Okay,
I think
well
we're
then
all at the mouth.
I
We-
pretty
like,
much
You're all at the
block
mouth,
the
but-
door.
If
I would have let you get ahead of me.
Cool.
I would have juked and jived so you could be.
Cool.
I could be loud.
Did you not want to do anything, or are you?
Well, I'm on the next round. I want
Okay.
to make sure everyone's in the tunnel.
So this is the next round now.
Okay.
Where
Are we going
I
into
think
initiative or? Are we...
at this point you're out of initiative. You're just in this tunnel.
I want to immediately turn around and with my dark vision,
Uh-huh.
do I see anything within 60 feet?
Down the
Down the tunnel. So
Yeah.
the tunnel does goes 60 feet, but it you do see there's a curve.
Winds a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drink my potion of
And it-
giant strength,
Okay.
which lasts an hour.
Okay.
And because of the type of toenail that I used,
You can't just say it.
Ugh.
You have to explain.
Huh?
so one of the bits.
What?
the
No, I
reason-
got it.
The reason this potion
Can't just say that.
is the strength of a giant is because I found a giant's toenail in the cavern that we were in
Mhm.
with the granny,
Yeah.
It's probably your granny.
No, it was probably Enron's. Or not
Ezron.
Enron. No,
Enron.
Enron. Name change.
Oh, Enron. He's actually the
banker?
The banker, yeah. He's the
Well,
he's
Bernie-
the money keeper.
Bernie Madoff.
Anyway, yeah. So because of that, the essence of a. If you Google it, that's what it tells you is in it. But they, yeah. So it's of a stone giant. So I am
Cool.
ripped.
Cool. Do you grow 2 sizes? No, I'm just kidding. You can't probably in this tunnel.
Does your body just
You
immediately
just get you
like,
do get ripped though. Yeah.
Is it bulk or cut?
I mean, I am of a stone giant. So do you think it would be bulk or cut? I'd cut like a diamond.
So just like the full-on bodybuilders, like skin stretched over too much muscle, sort of like.
Rage.
That's
Roid
unsettling.
rage.
Cool.
Also,
Roid-
somehow got tan. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what tan looks like on green
Got
skin.
really
I just
oily
become
all
like
of a
a
sudden.
stony
baby oil?
brown color.
And if you want to send us fan art, be sure to send it.
Be sure to send it to us because we want to see.
your
You know what? I
that.
don't want to see that one.
You know, I don't know. I'd take a peek, but I don't think I'd like to look at it for too long.
I think she gets her own calendar, is what I think.
I'm dreading that I might have to make this.
I know you actually might.
But I want a copy.
Okay. So you are looking ahead
January.
60 feet. You do notice it curves, but you also notice that it also is going to descend. And yeah, give me perception checks.
Are people moving down the tunnel yet, or are we still
Yeah,
checking it
if
out?
you want to move down.
I got a 19
Okay.
for perception.
You smell that.
I'm waiting until people move 15 feet away from me. I'm going to try to do something.
Okay.
Got a natural 20.
You just the scent of those dogs that reminds you of. You're like, pleasant. You love it. If anybody got like above a 15, you can.
Can we stealth down here?
Yeah, if you want to stealth, go ahead and stealth. You're waiting until people get out of the way. Okay, let's just assume that happens.
Yeah, let's scoot forward.
All right.
Is it going to affect people's stealth?
No, it's
Okay.
not. So I'm going to stay by the mouth of this dug hole.
Okay.
And how far away is the plant that was above it?
Like 30 feet.
30 feet up in the air. Are there any that I could get within, like that are lower down, I could get a little closer to?
Yeah, you could walk 10 feet, 10, 20 feet.
All right. I'm going to walk within 15 feet of one.
Okay.
We've established that these have hive minds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast a terrifying aura
Okay.
and see if it affects one or all of them.
Okay.
So you need to have however many were within. Range.
And what's the condition?
Well, it's very strange.
Okay.
But you need to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
Do they have to be able to see you?
No, it's just within my aura.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
For
know
my,
how
my
this-
range.
Yeah, I don't know how that's
He's
works with
disconcerting.
plant. Because they're not like.
The creatures.
They are, but they also have
Are they-
condition immunities, so I don't know.
I don't think some of these things aren't conditions. It's not like charmed or
I
frightened.
know, and that's why it doesn't. How do you? Okay, so what happens if?
If they fail, well, this is just science. I'm a scientist, above all else.
Are you?
At 8. The creature is stunned until the start of its next turn.
I think that the only thing that would happen with this terrifying aura is that they would sense like the air of it. I don't know, and they would probably just close up.
Do all of them, or just the one that's nearest to me?
Just the one that's nearest to you that's within the aura.
Because the hive mind doesn't like transmit fear. Okay, well that was my science experiment, and I will see.
Okay.
It close up.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I guess it has to have a hive mind. So maybe within how big is your radius of the?
15 feet to the nearest one, but I'm just curious if it transmits.
I think that what would happen is you notice that. Well, give me a perception check or an insight or perception,
Perception.
just so you see what happens.
11. Yes.
You notice you don't know how many feet away from it is from the plant, but there's another plant near it that also.
Okay.
But it doesn't
Keep on going.
keep on going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll join everybody else. Problem solved.
And I think with that,
Where'd you go?
you make a turn, and you're starting to slope down this tunnel. Give me stealth checks.
Let's go.
Oh. Nat 20.
Ooh!
Hey. 24.
21.
What's yours?
11.
24 too.
Well,
Well, not 20. So 26.
8.
11.
5.
Woo! So many weird spectrums. So you got a 20, 26, 24.
21.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are.
I'm just really big.
You
Okay?
are. You're trying to make your way through.
I'm
I don't
going like
think
this.
Yip is really trying to be quiet.
I'm too drunk at this point.
Yeah, I don't think he's trying to be quiet. And then
His dress
maybe
shoes just,
Gary,
like,
your
clomping.
I've
this
been
is
walking backwards. I'm
Shit,
just kinda
warm
seeing
tap
if
shoes
somebody's trying to
today.
follow us instead of boots.
Okay.
I run into
Cowboys.
Okay.
Ah,
The little
yeah.
spurs that
So
clink when you
relatively
walk.
stealthy, and I will say, as you continue down, you're looking down. This goes a little bit more, maybe 60 more feet, and you continue down this tunnel, and I think that's probably where we're gonna leave it for today, for episode 12. We've still got these folks hanging out. We'll see what happens next time. Thank you so much to War Chief Gaming for this campaign setting. Thank you to our special guests that, might just come back again unless you've just, we'll see what
super
happens.
special.
Yeah.
guests.
Yeah, super special guests.
They're permanent.
Andrea and Brock.
It'll be our trilogy.
Yeah.
And then we'll go off and make a spin-off.
There you go. And thank you. Thank you.
For
Because
not
you're
needing
really
the
the heart.
viewer.
You're the heart here for us.
But you're still not getting a recap.
No recaps. That's it. Thank you. Bye.